Hey guys, today people from server 1 unlocked a new rift called Steamy Flame Bathouse. It's unlocked when your class change reach level 30. So as usual, if you're new to the channel, remember to like the video, subscribe, and let's get into it. So for this run, I started with the wrong skill set because I forgot to put back my DPS skill and I had my interruption skill. So when I checked my DPS, it was terrible and I realized I forgot the skill, so I will change it soon. Then for this run, actually, it's gonna be, first we're gonna fail because the tank is gonna die, and then we're gonna do a second rerun, and this time we're gonna be able to kill the boss. I think for all the 4 roles that we have in the game, well, actually the 3 roles that we have in the game, the tank is gonna be the most difficult one in this rift. And the reason is that the boss has a skill, I think it's called Abyssal Mode, that basically give you a lot of debuff for defense, and usually it gives it to the tank because obviously he has the aggro if he's a good tank. And if it's not cleansed, so if this debuff is not cleansed very fast, usually by the priest, it's gonna be a big problem because the tank is gonna die. And as for the DPS, the thing that you need to do in this rift is to focus on the target when the boss is gonna start a skill called Devour. When the boss starts to do this skill, he spawn a target, as you can see here in the video. I didn't know because this was my first run, but eventually here I click on that. And you have to kill that target before the skill of the boss reaches 0. If the skill of the boss reaches 0 and you don't kill fast enough the target, so you don't have enough DPS, it's going to be a huge problem because the boss is going to do a move that will most likely one-shot the tank. And you're most likely going to lose the run. So here, around here, I think the boss starts to do Abyssal Moan. It's gonna happen. Okay, this is another Devour. So as you can see, this time I click very fast on the target and we break it very easy. And okay, this is the move that I was telling you about. And the tank got one shot. So that happened if your tank dies on the first run when you try for the first time this rift. Don't start to flame the tank. It's not as easy as it is for DPS. And obviously the priest, as usual, they need to heal and also to cleanse. This is very important to cleanse in this run, in this rift. And as you can see here, we're gonna start the second run. Luckily nobody was getting mad with the tank. We all understood it was the first time for everybody probably. So in this run you will see that this time the debuff is cleansed properly, and we also keep targeting the target when the boss do Devour, so everything goes quite smoothly. As for the gear requirement, I think actually 300,000 combat power is a good idea of what you actually need in for this rift, because it does quite a good amount of damage to the tank. So especially for the tank, I would say you probably need a little bit more than 300,000. And for the DPS, you also want to be around, I would say, 310, 320. I was close to 320 when I did this run. I think the assassin was a little bit stronger than me for the DPS, I'm not sure. But it's easier if you are a little bit stronger than that, because the targets sometimes spawn when all your skills are on cooldown and you also don't have the main skill from your Melomon. And when that happens, the DPS is a little bit slow, and sometimes it can happen that you don't have enough DPS and the boss does his skill, and that's obviously a problem. As you can see here, the healer did a good job and they cleansed the debuff, and that's why the tank this time didn't actually die. And from here on out, it's just very easy. There's nothing else that you need to be afraid of. If the healer does a good job, the tank keep the aggro, and the DPS is enough, especially when the target spawn for the skill. There is no problem, and the run is actually quite easy at that point. But of course, when it's the first day, not everybody knows what's happening, and it can be a little bit confusing. I think it's easier than Emir, at least for DPS, because as you can see from here, there is no need to interrupt any skill. So it's actually quite convenient for DPS. Of course, you cannot do it as completely AFK because, again, you need to focus on the target. But other than that, it's not that much. Like, it's not as bad as Emir, in my opinion. So the tank died again here, but it was not a problem because the HP of the boss were low enough for us to kill it. Yes, as you can see, you also take a big amount of damage when you do the skill, when you kill the target, sorry. And yeah, that's it for the video. I hope it was good for your understanding, and if you have any doubt, let me know in the comment. I will be happy to reply, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.